Hello, and welcome back to Pete and Jeremy's DnDTime. This is game 2 this evening, episode 119, an adventure that I have entitled There and Baradac Again. And so, the four of you find yourselves approaching kind of the southwestern kind of corner of the Baradac Swamp. This is kind of where the Baradac Swamp, it's right near actually the Hodak Swamp, actually, Krixus. It's fairly near to your home. It kind of borders on the Hodak Swamp, it borders on the Wilderwoad, and it borders on the small kingdoms, all along the southern edge of this large swampy area of DnDTime. And you're all headed to the Green Wyvern Tavern, where Bartholomew's instructed you're to meet some companions who I guess need your help with something. And so as you're headed out there, I'm wondering, how do each of you arrive at this Green Wyvern Tavern? Let's start with you, Anadoltia. How does Anadoltia arrive at the Green Wyvern Tavern?
Well, she more than likely got a ride from the Grungs from Rebet, after considering that she and some of her allies, including Krixus, did help defeat Totenkroken there, and then also she had assisted them along with Earth Group to rebuild Rebet.
So are you riding atop like a giant, one of their big runny lizards that can like run on the swamp water?
Yeah, along with Lady Molly on top of that.
Excellent. Just I imagine Lady Molly is kind of like flapping in the wind, just stuck onto the lizard by their front paws.
Yeah, well, like just having her head
chocolate dog.
Yeah, a little head to the side, like ears flapping, and just syrup flying.
Yeah, syrup just fly. The lizard, the grung who's driving the lizard behind you is not having a good time, but you're fine. Excellent. So as you come right down from the south, straight through the Baradac, you part ways with the grung and go to head into the tavern. Let's head to the next hero, Michael Verity. How do you arrive at the Green Wyvern Tavern?
I just walk.
You're just walking. You're walking just north from
the kingdom. Yes.
Actually, yeah, it's there. It's pretty close.
Yeah,
wow,
it's very close.
Very convenient adventure for you.
Very convenient, and I don't even need anyone to escort me. Perfectly convenient.
Yeah, not bothering to ride a horse or anything. You and Sarge just kind of taking a stroll.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fairly nice time of year. The trees are kind of getting these beautiful colorations in their leaves. And so it's a wonderful time for a stroll in the Middle Kingdoms. It gets a little crappy up in the Baradac, but, you know, yeah, such is how it is.
I've dealt with the swamp before. I'll be fine.
Stroll in, cape billowing dramatically behind you, I imagine.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Excellent. Does Sarge have a little cape, too?
Oh yes, I made sure he has one because I didn't want to leave him out.
Do you have to, because he's got blades for arms, do you have to fasten the cape for him?
No, he can actually fasten it himself.
He's got very nimble blade arms.
Yes, he has very nimble blade arms for a sovereign. Yeah,
excellent. You do arrive at just a nice stroll. Krixus, how do you arrive?
Well, of course I walk. I'm busy all these fancy things. Oh, and do you notice my nice, delicious treats I have right here? You see a bowl full of just like fried little odd bits.
Krixus is arriving. I'm just kind of trudging through the swamp. We've got a big bowl of fried bits. Did you say?
Yes, they're delicious. I call them Big Rock Candy Mountain Oysters.
Oh, you meant bits. Oh no. Oh my. So Krixus, you arrive in the tavern and you go and you say hello to people. This is a fairly boisterous tavern here. It's kind of the last stopping place going, well, anywhere into the Baradac, the Middle Kingdoms, or the Wilderwoad, or even people heading toward the Slumbering Spine just past the Wilderwoad. I mean, this is kind of the last major stopping point. So there's lots of people in here, and you're just kind of handing out these delectable fried treats you've brought.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, people are eating them up. And then we move lastly to Nijel. Nijel, how do you arrive at the Green Wyvern Tavern?
It's interesting that both of you'd have us meet here. You see, me and a few of my knights had actually gone out riding. There were a few impertinent hobbits out here that took a rather valuable item of ours, so I've left them to proceed chase with their black cloaks and black mounts, but I've had to break off for the wizard yet again. Hopefully they'll be able to deal with that while I deal with whatever job Bartholomew has here.
And so, Nijel, you're the last one to arrive here at the Green Wyvern Tavern. You can see the place is boisterous, it's lively, there are lots of adventurers, there's a bard in the corner who's just kind of fiddling around, there's another one with a drum that's accompanying them, and people are dancing, having a good time. The beer is flowing, even though it's fairly, early in the afternoon. And I think you don't notice necessarily who your employer necessarily is, but they notice you all because you all stand out. I mean, you're all famous. They know who you are. And Michael, they call out to you first as one of them calls it, "Oh, Michael! It's been a long time!" And you see kind of hopping down, we were dancing on a table, a fat little halfling. They wear a simple kind of green cloak and otherwise kind of gardener's overalls and a simple cloth undershirt. And they stride up toward you. "Oh, Michael, it's been a long time. Do you remember us?" And you see the other one kind of hopping up behind them.
If I remember correctly, weren't you one of my part of my first adventures?
Yes, me, your buddy Slam. And the other halfling strolls up behind him. "Oh, yeah. Back in the days, those gnarly waves." And he kind of bows. "Master Flowdo, Mr. Slam." They kind of nod to each other and then nod toward you. "It's good to see you again."
Why, yes, it is. A lot of things have changed since we've last met.
Well, we don't live at the water anymore, so yeah. Anyway, are these all your friends? I see. Oh, Miss Bluebeads.
Yes, these are all my friends. Oh, and don't mind the really sharp-bladed creature. He's with me.
The halfling kind of looks over and scratches his chin. "You are an interesting fellow, aren't you?" But then the other halfling, the kind of slightly more rotund one, approaches you, Krixus. "Oh, what are you giving out there?"
"Oh, they're fried bits. Would you like some?"
"Oh, I'd love a taste."
"Go ahead."
Can never say no to a treat. They're very round. Kind of pops it in his mouth.
"Yes, I call them big rock candy mountain oysters."
"Oh. I'll be right back." He kind of walks off. And yeah, Flowdo approaches you. "All right, y'all. So, you four, we need your help. First of all, you all know my name. I'm Master Flowdo, Lord of the Flow. Used to ride gnarly waves down by the shore.
Ah, yes.
And the four of you, Anadoltia, I'm very familiar with your work in the Fae. Obviously, Michael, we go back a long ways. Krixus, I know better than to eat your cooking, and not the food my mother makes. And Nijel, my friends have said something about you."
I'm certain they have.
Does anyone here know sending?
The spell?
Nobody?
I don't think so.
Anyway, look, we need your help. And you guys can see Slamwise is coming back. He looks a little red in the face, and maybe he'll get you up or something. Anyway, I was going through my poor late grandfather or uncle's things, and I found these. And he kind of pulls out of his pocket a set of blue tickets. These are all access VIP passes at Dread Mountain. You ever been to Dread Mountain? It's probably the gnarliest music venue in this side of DnDTime.
Oh, wait. Are you planning to go?
Absolutely. I've got VIP passes now.
I'm surprised your grandfather had those. Are you sure those tickets aren't expired?
No, Balbo died earlier today. He's a pretty crazy guy, or was.
Oh, well then.
Anyway, I was hoping, because we can't make the journey across the Baradac ourselves, that you four would come along and help us. We got a couple of friends who are going to be coming along too, and if you make it, you can come into the show with us. And we'll pay.
That's quite an interesting proposition, I would do say.
He kind of shakes his head like, yeah, of course it is. So, we're good?
Yep.
All right. Well, let's get going then. If anyone has any questions, feel free to let us know. And Mr. Flowdo gets Slamwise, and they head out the door of the tavern. Do you all just kind of follow along?
Well, yeah. Before they follow along, Anadoltia looks to the other screw, says, "So, what's Dread Mountain?"
If you guys like, you could roll like a history check to see what you know about Dread Mountain. Anadoltia, I can tell you what you know about Dread Mountain. Dread Mountain is it's a place, it's a location. It's kind of at the end of the Slumbering Spine, sort of where the Slumbering Spine meets the Silver Peaks. And yeah, Krixus knows it's probably a mountain. But Anadoltia, you and Nijel both know it's a hollowed out kind of volcano. You probably didn't know it was used as a music venue, but apparently it is. Or maybe some kind of performance venue. You don't know. But this guy wants to... Flowdo and Slamwise seem to be very excited to go to this event. Inside of this really dope venue.
Would I happen to know how far it is from Gargantuan?
It's pretty... I mean, you kind of like cut past Gargantuland. You don't really go into it. You go around it. So, yeah, it's more north of the Slumbering Spine than there.
All right.
I have a question, Sir Flobulus. Sir Flo. Sorry, I had a break.
Master Flowdo.
Flowdo. My bad. Do you know what people are performing there today?
Oh yeah, it's Inner Demons. Says so in the ticket.
Inner Demons sound very ominous.
Anadoltia actually pops up and says, "Oh, Sugar likes that band."
Oh,
they're considering their taste.
They're gnarly, I'll tell you. Absolutely killer. And this is just kind of as you're walking. You've exited the Green Wyvern Tavern, and the music of it kind of slowly starts to dissipate behind you. The trek is not all that slow. Something about their small feet and otherworldly lucky magics, the halflings seem to make incredibly good pace through the Baradac, which is kind of where you're cutting. You're cutting directly kind of to the northwest, so unfortunately you're going to miss the Hodak, but whatever. That's not where you were headed in this particular night. And after walking, so you leave probably mid-afternoon, maybe like 1, and after walking for 3 or 4 hours, and actually, it's not just you guys. It's you guys, the 2 halflings, and they brought around their friend Borrowed Beer. So Borrowed Beer seems to just be a human, and he is, he seems to be a mooch a little bit. At the tavern, you saw him asking around to, for other people to buy him a beer, but that's all. Kind of got greasy hair, and he's just following these guys along, hoping to get into the concert. And so, as you're all just kind of walking, Slamwise and Master Flowdo are pretty talkative amongst each other. They seem very excited for the show. And after a few hours, you start to enter an interesting area. It's technically not in the Baradac anymore. You kind of cut across, but it's an area where instead of just normal, forest, the trees seem to have a strange kind of texture to them, a strange essence almost. You don't hear the tweeting of birds or the buzzing of insects like you do in the Baradac. It just seems very empty, this forest. And at some point, after an hour or so of walking, you think to sit down and take a quick break, and you lean up against the trees or go to set up whatever little campsite, and they appear to all be petrified. And so the halflings empty out the little knapsacks they've been carrying. It's maybe 4 in the evening. The show's going to start in a couple hours, but you're taking a short rest here. And they start laying out some twigs to build a little fire and everything, cook some food. And they look at, so what a crazy place this is, huh? Right here, nestled at the base of the slumbering spine. What do you think turned all the trees to stone?
I don't know if maybe the trees were always stone to begin with.
Well, perhaps. I didn't really think about it.
Anadoltia actually kind of touches the tree, rubs her hand on it, like just to get a reading on it, use lower nature.
Yeah, absolutely. And what are you all kind of doing as you're doing this nature check? It appears to be a petrified tree. It has a texture of bark, but it's got the coldness of stone. And very much the same deal, Krixus. So what are you all doing setting up for camp?
Anadoltia just has will pretty much be going around with Lady Molly, make sure there's nothing that would be unable to hide from her vision, because she does have double sight in case it gets too dark.
Gotcha. You're trying to be on the lookout.
Yeah, pretty much. So just keep an eye out from in all directions.
Okay. The halflings are unpacking, it seems like, way more ale than their bag could carry. They don't seem to have any food, though. It's just all booze. Yeah, all right. So, Krixus, are you enjoying the food, sitting down with or enjoying the drink, sitting down with the halflings?
Yes. And eating some more Big Rock Candy Mountain oysters and handwiches.
Oh, and handwiches now. You're cracking out the handwiches.
Yes. If they want, I also have pizza.
They don't. They don't eat humanoids. Nijel, where are you?
I am close by the halflings to keep a nice eye out and not to have the same drinks as these. I've brought my own wine and just having a bit while we let these halflings rest.
Yeah, I mean they got small legs and they get tired a little easier than you guys maybe. Okay, and Sarge and Michael, are you two just talking with the halflings? I mean, Flowdo is Flowdo and Slam are
staying with the halflings. Me and Sarge are staying with the halflings.
Yeah, excellent. So you guys are having these conversations, and they're like, "Oh, and this place it's really ominous. This place they call it Ashenhold. I don't know why. Apparently, there are people that live here. Can you believe it? It's an awful dingy place to be." And as Flowdo is talking to you guys over there, Krixus, Nijel, and Michael, and Anadoltia, you feel someone brush the side of your arm, and it is it's the dude. It's Borod, and you can see he's a male human, probably in his early 30s. He's got kind of long, greasy black hair. Way too much beard growing, scruff growing in, but it's not a beard. Hey, do you have anything? Do you have anything to drink?
I'll pass.
No, do you have anything?
I am a doll. Do you believe I would be able to drink anything?
Can I have your part then?
Whatever.
Oh, excellent. Hey guys, Anadoltia said I could have her part. And as he kind of goes back to say that, I do need Nijel and Anadoltia to both roll me perception checks. You're on. It's borrowed beer distracting you. So Nijel.
I do have a question. Would Lady Molly be distracted?
Lady Molly could also roll a perception check.
All right, 1 second, and they bring hers up again.
I see. You got your blind sight.
All right,
blind sight out.
See, it's passive perception 13, and let me just roll this.
Excellent. So Lady Molly is also not surprised, as you guys suddenly hear a like war cry or like war horn shoot out, and you see Borrowed Beer get shot in the back. Oh, I need to make this. Shot in the back. Oh God, yeah, barely shot in the back by a longbow, and you can see off in the distance a bunch of orcs beginning to run toward you. And Slam goes, "Oh shit! That's fucking orcs!" And I need you all to roll me initiative.
Looks like I have to do the old 1-2 with my word.
Yeah, Borrowed Beer looks like he's dead.
There we go. Initiative.
And I only rolled for one. I only rolled one shot, but he got shot several times. There's lots of arrows in his back.
And he's still alive?
Oh no, he's dead. No, Borrowed Beer's dead.
Oh.
All right. What did you guys get?
Got 16.
Anadoltia. Okay.
I got a 5.
And then and Nijel. So Nijel, you're the only one that's not really surprised here. So you can go and just take an action now. You see one orc archer who just took the shot and nailed Borrowed Beer in the back.
Are there any other orcs about, or just the archer as far as I can see?
You can see that there are many more orcs in the distance kind of coming toward you. They're maybe 100 feet away, 90, 100, kind of hard to tell. Could be a little further. It's very eerie, and there's not a lot of points of reference here because all the trees look like the same petrified, just trunks.
I see.
Kind of.
And how far away was the archer?
The archer got up to about 60 feet.
Okay. I will head towards the archer 30 feet. I will bonus action Shield of Faith.
Excellent. So you charge forward toward the archer and Shield of Faith. Excellent.
And I will throw a couple javelins at him.
Okay. I should probably roll for the orcs, huh? That makes some sense. Well, oh, I'm sorry. You're throwing javelins at him.
Indeed.
All right. Go ahead and shoot. Oh, yeah. You hit him all right.
Ignore the radiant. I always need to click that off.
It can be tough. Regular orcs. Oh, some kind of 15. And the orc war chief gets 16. So they all go at the same damn time. Okay. So you hit him for how much? 12 total? As you throw 2 javelins into this orc archer.
Indeed.
Orc archer goes, "Yeah!" And he seems very unhappy as you've just shot him in the back. You hit him for 12. Cool. Excellent. We move to, so that was that. The other orcs just move as their action. They're now at about 60 feet as they're, one of them has a war horn and the rest are all just charging in. They seem to be wielding primarily great axes. And we move to the top of the initiative. Anadoltia, what would you like to do?
All right, so Anadoltia can actually see them clearly, right? Double sight?
Yeah, absolutely. And I should actually probably also roll initiative for Flowdo and or Slam.
Okay, so how far is like the war chief and the other orcs from Anadoltia?
60 feet, because they just ran their whole turn. Looks like they were a little further than maybe you thought.
Okay, so about how packed together are they? Because I'm thinking about
pretty sparsely packed because of all the trees.
All right, so if I want to target mainly the war chief with the cone of gold.
Sure.
How many would I get in that?
That's a 60-foot cone.
Yep.
Okay, you wouldn't hit the archer, but you would hit probably a good 7 orcs and the war chief. There's probably close to 20 orcs total.
Yeah, I'll make that.
Okay.
So yeah, and those just points, holds her hands out with the ring on it and just let's give me a second.
Sure. Alrighty. Oh gosh. All right, you let loose a cone of gold. Brilliant golden light shines forward from your ring. The war chief.
Can I just say, holy shit, the blood... Wait, what happens if they succeed? No damage at all?
It does half.
Half of his, yeah.
It's a very good item. That being said, the orc war chief succeeds, and those 7 orcs all turn to gold, because even on a success... Nope.
Alright, and bonus action, Anadoltia will... well, I'll just say that she'll just, run around.
Excellent. So as the gold washes over the orcs and freeze up into place, we go to the next in the initiative, which is the orc war chief. So the orc war chief is going to rush forward, I guess, and blow the horn. Actually, he will actually make a battle cry. He'll make a battle cry with his action, and then he will charge forward toward you, Nijel. He will get to you with his bonus action because he is aggressive. He can dash as a bonus action. And so he will make, one attack is what he can. One attack is a bonus action. So he will swing his great axe upon you. Okay.
Does he also get advantage? Does he also get...
I don't... Each creature of its choice. I guess he would. 18?
He doesn't damage me.
I didn't think so. The damage is broken on him too. I'm gonna have to fix that at some point. All right, so he clips you, or he goes to clip you, and you just bat his axe away, no issue. Probably because he's trying to one hand a great axe while he blows a horn with the other, and he looks at you like, and Nijel, it's your turn.
How far away are the rest of the orcs?
The rest of the orcs are about 60 feet from the main group. They're about 30 feet from you.
30 feet from me.
Yeah, and these orcs are fast. It looks like they are running.
Oh my, that is not how I expected that to work. Let's see. 30 feet from me, you said.
I see Chad just pointed out he couldn't make the bonus action attack anyway because he bonus action dashed. So instead, the war chief just kind of... I mean, he didn't hit you anyway, but... Yeah, they're about 30 feet from you. And again, they're fairly spread out, but...
Well, in a 30-foot cone, including this orc war chief, I'll just look at them and laugh as I cast fear.
Excellent. A 30-foot cone, I think you're probably going to be able to get... Roll me a D2. Okay, so you're gonna get 3 other orcs in that because it's, they're fairly sparsely spread out as they're charging through the trees. And you'll get the war chief. All right, and what do they have to roll?
Wisdom saving throw, DC 16.
Well, the orc war chief is dumb. And the other orcs they should not have advantage, I don't think. Nope, so they also are dumb. So they are, I'm sorry, there's one more. One singular orc. He probably is looking the other way at the time. But yeah, 3 of them are terrified. They drop their weapons, which is one of the most powerful aspects of fear. And on their turn, they will dash.
except the war chief, who will quiver and shake his knees like the insignificant whelp he is.
So he drops the war horn and his axe goes, and he seems very unhappy. Is this the end of your turn, Nijel?
That will be the end of my turn.
Okay. A second orc archer ducks out from behind a tree, and they both shoot the body of Baradac. And his body, because it hasn't quite fallen yet, just he keeps getting shot. That's their turns. The regular orcs, three of them are afraid, so 10 of them are left. They're not going to charge at you, Nijel, because you feared all the ones that were near you. But the other ones are going to charge into the group of the rest of you, and they can use their bonus action to dash. So Anadoltia and Krixus and Michael, you each have how many? And Sarge. Each of you are going to have 2 orcs coming at you, and then there'll be 2 orcs that go after random people, and I don't know who they're going to go after. But we'll start with Anadoltia. This orc, empowered by the battle cry of its now quivering leader, is going to swing its great axe upon you with advantage. It rolls a 7.
Yes.
And the second one comes up next to him, and he swings his great axe for 24.
That hits, but Anadoltia is going to miss the escape towards the golden statue.
Excellent. So you're invisible now as you disappear. And the orc seems very confused. Another orc runs towards you, Krixus, and swings with his great axe. Oh my goodness. Dual 24s for 13 slashing. And then a second one only gets a 14 to hit. Excellent. You parry that aside with your lizard folk tail, no problem. Or maybe you just hit it with your bowl full of bits.
Yes. Tell it, just throw my bowl full of bits at him.
He goes to swing, he kind of gets distracted and misses.
I see you have chosen death.
You die. 2 more. One goes for you, Michael. A 12 and then a 23 against you.
The 23 will hit the 12. Nah.
Not so much. All right, clips you for 15 as he kind of hits you in the shoulder, and then 2 after Sarge, a 19 and an 18 against Sarge.
Both of those hit, but he takes half damage from both.
Gotcha. So Sarge
takes 7. So he takes 14 points total.
Excellent. So you and Sarge kind of form like a back-to-back position to defend against these 4 orcs. All right, Michael, it's your turn now.
So you said there, including the war chief, there's about 12 orcs left.
There are 13 orcs left. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. There are 12 left because one of them is an archer. Yes, there are 2 of them are archers. Sorry.
I'm just
12 normal and then 2 archers.
I'm just gonna post this, and this explains everything.
Oh, does the war chief just take that damage, by the way, Nijel?
Oh wait, it's not 9, it's 4. I hit the wrong thing, but yes, he just takes 4 psychic from the sheer overpowering presence before.
Excellent. Oh my god. All right, so Michael, you wield your sword up in the air and stab it into the ground, and what do you declare to these orcs?
I declare to the orcs plus the war chief, drop your weapons, because war is not the answer, and I shall discuss a better course of action.
There are 15 total orcs. 12 of them are normal orcs, 1 the war chief and 2 are archers.
I'm getting 11 of the normal orcs and the war chief to make them drop their weapons and let me talk to them.
Okay, that's pretty reasonable. No, let's just talk.
Yep.
Sure. I think that's fine. What do I have to roll for these orcs? A wisdom saving throw? And what's your DC?
Yep. Trying to remember.
It should be using your charisma, right? So it's gonna be 8.
Yeah, it's 15. It's 15.
Excellent. So they have to roll a 15 or better because they're not wise. And only 4 of them succeed. So like of these 11 orcs that you cast spell on, 7 of them just go, oh, okay, and put their, lay their axes gingerly on the ground. And what are we talking about? And then the war chief, he looks at you. I'm very scared, and I already put my axe on the ground. Am I good?
Yeah, you're good. Don't need to worry. Just come here. We can talk things out peacefully.
Okay, Krixus, it's your turn.
So, of the orcs that have not laid their arms down, which ones have not?
There are.
Oh, actually, you know what?
orcs that have
How
not.
close are the archers together?
They're pretty close together, actually. They're right next to each other, and
perfect.
neither of them were affected by the spell.
Perfect. Well, ride the wave, boys.
Oh, jeez.
DC is 19, actually.
And what's the range of the tidal wave?
It can go up to 120 feet, and I think it's
Yeah, is it like 20-foot wave? I don't know how big it is. You might be able to get other orcs if you want.
30-foot wave, up to 10 foot wide, and up to 10 feet.
30 feet wide?
30 feet wide, 10.
If you
Up to 30 feet long, 10 foot wide, and 10 feet.
Gotcha. If you'd like, you could hit 2 more regular orcs with that.
As long as they're not affected, sure.
Yeah, because we're theory of the mind in
Sure.
this, I imagine the ones that are closest to you, Michael, which are the ones that just attacked you, are the ones that were more immediately affected by your
Yes.
suggestion. So it's
Yeah,
those ones
and
that
if
are
they-
further out. That
Yeah, and if
weren't.
they get hit, I think it gets hit if they take damage.
Yeah,
Wait,
if they
hold up.
take damage, not their allies.
Yeah, if they take damage, the spell's gonna end. So yeah, that's not good.
So the 2 regular orcs both fail their saving throws against your wave, Krixus. However, the archers, much more nimble than their allies. Ooh.
Okay, one of them does, but they
Well,
take.
your saving throw is higher than 14, isn't it?
It's 19.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. Excellent. So one of them still gets slammed for 21 bludgeoning.
Okay. And they're all prone. Except for the one attack.
Yeah, that's true. You just kill the 2 regular orcs that you hit. They die. And the other orc archer is going to take half damage, right? Excellent. So you just blast the 2 normal orcs to pieces, your tidal wave just breaking them apart, and Flowdo goes, gnarly! I'm sorry, gnarly!
You should have seen when I escaped the Hellfire Kitchen.
That sounds like the kind of place I'd like to be, is what Flowdo says. And that's Flowdo's turn. Flowdo gives you a point of bardic inspiration. And that's all Flowdo does on his turn. Slamwise goes, oh shit, those orcs just died. Anadoltia, it's your turn.
Okay, so how many of the normal orcs is left?
There are 2
you know,
orcs that
that-
still have weapons.
Okay, and there's also one. Is it just the archers? Are they both up? Or...
Yeah, they're both up actually. So there's 2 archers and 2 normal orcs that have weapons still.
Okay, in that case, Anadoltia is pretty much going to target the archer that survived that tidal wave, or the one that did not go pro.
Sure.
She's attacking it with 1 Fey Touch Splash.
Alrighty, and this is one of the archers.
That's for one of the archers, and this is the next one is going to one of the
Okay.
normal.
You absolutely hit the archer, and this is against a normal orc. That second one,
Yes.
unfortunately, barely missing. Just goes a little. It deflects off of. There's like a refraction from one of the golden orcs that kind of like distracts you for a minute. In the small bit of sunlight through the otherwise gray, cloudy skies here. Is there anything else, Anadoltia?
Anadoltia, the rest of her turn is going to be heading towards those golden. Well, she's already at the golden thing, so she's just going to stand there, and just like get ready to start taking them apart.
Well, Anadoltia, as you do that, you look to your side and you see your sticky puppy. You see, oh my goodness, Lady Molly just hanging out. Except they're not just hanging out; they are covered in great axes. It looks like they've just wandered around and picked up because they're a dog made out of molasses. They've just wandered around and picked up all of the great axes that the orcs have dropped.
Ooh, Uskar would love this.
So you have like a dozen great axes currently.
How much does weigh?
They're very heavy. Lady Molly's like, "Oh." Maybe that's why you notice that she like whimpers. I'm very heavy. Help.
All right, yes, she will probably like head over there.
Yeah, I mean she's right up. She managed to get to you.
Okay.
The Orc War Chief's turn. Orc War Chief goes, "Whoa! Stop attacking us! Whoa, we're talking this out." Oh, you're really scary. Nijel, it's your turn.
He eats another 4 points of psychic damage,
I wouldn't
observing
do
my
that.
glory. I would
No, I
absolutely do that.
You realize you were gonna break the spell and you're gonna make me have to kill him.
He doesn't need to be charmed if he's properly cowed, Mr. Verity.
It also only breaks a spell for him, I think.
Yeah, still, that's he might attack me instead.
Then you will have to do what you have to do. I will reach out and grab his face with my left hand. Make no mistake, I am the ruler which you will have to parlay your life. Quiver before me, and perhaps you might live. I'm certain you've grown past such foolish notions.
Yep. Can I leave?
Why leave when you can help us along our path? Out in such dusty wastes, you know, there could possibly even be a reward for proper pawns that do their job. Come with us to the Mountain of Doom and Dread. Perhaps there may be scraps for you. As I would like to try to intimidate him into subservience.
Yeah, 100%.
Can I assist him on this? Because
I think absolutely. I think he just has advantage from your ability.
yeah, because I was gonna add on and say, oh, and if you help us, you can.
Yeah.
You get to join. My kingdom has a lovely city just for orcs, and it's wonderful. You can join it.
Well, as you like go to say this, Nijel and Michael, as you're like getting the other orcs together, the two orc archers stand up and shoot Boromir again. And Boromir at this point collapses to the ground, pin cushioned with arrows. The regular orcs go, "Whoa, guys, calm down." And Michael, it's your turn.
So, do I need to say more? Because I think
No, you can just wait for it. It looks like the orcs and the war chief are on board. It's just those two orc archers.
okay. So,
And they seem like they're more relaxed now that Boromir has fallen.
Okay, so then I'm gonna call the archers over so they can join in on the conversation without using a spell.
Okay. Krixus, would you like to do anything?
Do they look pretty beat up? Like
They look pretty beat. They look like they're gonna run, actually, the archers. You know, Michael's like, "Come on over here, we can all talk," and they're like, "We're getting out of here."
really? You're not going anywhere.
Okay.
Not. I think. So.
I'm very concerned at what magic you're casting. That it's like, well, I gotta do this.
Same here.
And if I do that, then.
I feel the same way.
And then their arms fall off.
Okay, I'm just gonna stick with classics.
I'm just teasing, of course. I just tidal wave him again. Just... Okay. And Flowdo goes, "Whoa!" He seems to really be a fan of the tidal wave. And the one that succeeded last time fails this time.
Yes.
And the one that failed last time succeeds this time.
It's
So
DC 19.
yeah. Oh, they both fail. Never mind. Okay, so Krixus, as your tidal wave slams into them, they are broken to pieces. Krixus, how do you finish these two orc archers off? Because they both die.
I kind of want to have the tidal wave just like slam them into the branches so they're stuck to the petrified trees in the branches.
Excellent.
Yes.
So just, when the water finally washes past, they're just kind of impaled there, forever to be affixed to the tree.
And then I hold both of my magical wands in the air and I go, "Praise the cloud! Praise it!"
And as you declare praises upon the cloud, Flowdo goes, "Oh, that was absolutely gnarly!" And the orc war chief looks up at you, his eyes kind of filled with terror still, Nijel, despite maybe not being mechanically feared. He says, "You guys are going to Dread Mountain?"
Yeah, we are.
Indeed.
I walk over to the orc in the branches and I'm gonna like start cutting them into pieces for later.
Oh, as you get up to it, just, "Please let me down. I'm technically still alive."
Oh, God.
Does that change your course of action, Krixus, or no?
Nope.
Oh, God.
Meat.
All right.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
The orcs all, cheer. You get a point of inspiration, by the way. That's excellent.
And meanwhile, while that's happening, Anadoltia just called in a favor from Confectia about getting someone to transport those statues to the coin smelting group.
Yeah, it's gonna take some time. This is very far away.
Actually, Anadoltia, I have a better idea with those orc statues, if you don't mind.
What?
They would make great decorations in the orc town of Gurn.
Oh my God!
That's
Put
more ruthless than
petrified
expected.
orcs in the town.
They don't know they're petrified.
That's very
So
true.
that's how you maintain
They don't
order
know
over
that,
the
and
orcs.
they're technically completely solid gold now, so they're not alive anymore.
That's that. You guys can discuss that as you continue to travel. So the orcs gather around. They're like, "Can we have our axes back?"
Yeah, you can. Oh, and you drop this. I give the chieftain back his horn because I'm pretty sure he wants it.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't realize you guys were going to Dread Mountain. That place is totally badass.
Yep.
Anadoltia has Lady Molly go back, and actually, Lady Molly can actually carry all those axes, and
Man,
yeah,
I
has
thought
orcs take.
I thought you guys were just a group of hikers. Sometimes those little gnomes come into the town. They come looking to dig stuff up, and man, what dweebs.
Well, technically, we are hiking
Right.
to the mountain, that is.
And so the halflings go, "Hey, you're talking about gnomes, right?" Like, yeah. All right. And so you continue to trek toward the mountains. After maybe another hour or so, it's 5 or maybe 5:30 in the afternoon. It's starting to get a little dark where you are. And Flowdo goes, "Oh, this is getting bad. It looks like we're gonna miss it. We gotta take a shortcut, I think, through the mines." Dun, 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 dun.
Can't be too bad, can it? Is there a check I can make to determine how safe this place is? The mines are?
Yeah, you could roll a history check to see if you know anything about the mines. What those are.
Why not?
I will cast light on Michael Verity. After all, darkness and fire is not exactly lucky to bring into the mines.
Oh, that's true. You know, I heard there are terrible things in the mines. Absolutely terrible things. And Sling goes, "Oh yeah, the mines are terrible. The mines of Mortia." Thank you, chat. And so you go up the side of one of the mountains. You're gonna just cut through these mines to the other side, and that'll get you right to Dread Mountain. And so, as you get up the side, you're walking a fairly, you actually find a switchback path that's been mined out. And as you kind of get up to it, you see that there is a large double door. Upon it is engraved dwarven runes. There's something of a small pond nearby.
What's the door made out of?
It seems to be made of stone. It's a huge double stone door. Oh shit, this is the entrance to mines, but I've never seen the doors closed.
Can I make...
I've never actually been here, I'll be honest.
Okay, I can read. And what does it say?
yeah, it reads The Mines of Mortia. Mortia. And you can also see in Dwarven runes what looks like graffiti, which is Mort rocks and Mort is the best, all kind of engraved in Dwarven.
What does it say?
That's what it says.
No, I'm asking the.
Oh, cracking Krixus.
Hey, tell him.
Sure, yeah, Krixus conveys the information.
Mort.
And then I'd say it in Dwarven at first.
Oh. Nothing happens.
So Morts. So there's Morts in this mine. That explains why it's closed. Well, I guess there's one thing I can do as I look at the Mort earring I'm gonna take out of my pocket.
Okay, men, let's form a demolition squad to begin breaking down the door.
Or, I'm going to put on the earring and turn into a Mort.
Yeah, you put on the earring and in an instant, a flash, you are disguised as a middle-aged, overweight man, wearing just a very simple, white undershirt, and yeah.
I will attempt to knock on the door with Veridius to see if I can make enough to see if anyone can hear it on the other side, and try to talk in a Mort voice like, "Hey, anyone in there?"
You call out, but sure enough, nothing.
Anadoltia just walks up to with one of her mystery keys.
Oh, you want to try the mystery key? Sure. You're like looking for a little keyhole, and there we go. Just stick it in one of the runes. What is it? 5% chance.
All right. What about? Do I do 1d100 or 1d20?
Oh, roll me d20. We want the crit. Or I mean, what would you rather? Would you rather?
I'd rather do the 1d100.
Excellent. D100, and are we going 95 to 100 or 1 to 5?
I prefer the 1 to 5 route.
Absolutely. So 5 or lower, and you're good. Stick a key in. No.
I'll use one of my other ones. I have 3 of them.
Just not that key, and it'll stick the other one. Nope. Go for the third key. Nope.
Okay. I'm done here. Goes back with the group.
I might have an idea. I have an idea. I've done this before in the Sacred Veil. It might work. It could just be bolted from the other side. And with that, I begin casting Milled into Stone.
Ooh. Krixus, you hold yourself up against the door, and the rest of you see Krixus just sink into the. Are you facing the door when you sink in, or are you facing the party and you just kind of backwards sink into it?
I face the party and I just kind of let my arms out and just kind of the wall.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
While Krixus is casting this ritual, kind of waiting with not much to do, Nijel is just going to absent-mindedly toss a few rocks in the nearby pond.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, you toss a rock in the nearby pond, and I need you to roll for initiative again.
Why? Can we ask why?
Yeah, you can ask why in a minute.
Because it's 2 to the story.
All right.
Because plot relevance.
Yes.
Yeah, no, because I'm a huge nerd, but I'm also not that huge a nerd that I'm going to make a very good whatever I'm doing. All right. So you toss the thing in there, and I've got the Orc War Chief's hit points here. Okay. Got to keep track of everything. So, Anadoltia, you are the. Oh, actually, let me roll for this creature that has now been bothered by you throwing a rock into the water. Which I'm sure you didn't see this coming. All right. Yeah, Anadoltia, it's your turn. You see giant tentacles begin to splash up out of the pond.
I have a question. How big is this pond to fit a freaking kraken?
It's not very big.
Yeah, okay. Anadoltia just sees giant tentacle and says no, and just casts Mayrim Displacement. Give me a second. It's banishment.
Oh, you're trying to banish it. What's the saving throw?
Charisma.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Wow, he's actually bad at that.
Nice.
Did it have any effects that would prevent that? That does not. It's just a straight save. Jeez. Terrible.
He fails.
It's the Pierce.
Poof! Instantly done. Okay, battle over.
You see, as the water, as the ability takes hold, the water just boom, water level drops like a solid 2 or 3 feet, and everything just.
And it's just like continue looking at the water. Says, I don't need to be bothered with this right now. Just continue to concentrate.
I toss another rock in the water.
No, nothing happens this time. Krixus, you phase through the other side. The first thing you notice is there are just heaps of bodies in here.
What kind of bodies?
They're skeletal at this point. They look like all identical humans.
I just take one of the random leg bones, crack it open, and chew it on it. See how old.
Yeah, it's fresh enough that there's marrow. I mean, in the last
sweet
decade,
butter, delicious. I just
probably
shake the rest
in the
of it.
last few years.
Meat butter is so good.
Come on, Krixus. Sure enough, on the other side, there's a big door latch that was just closed.
Excellent.
Like a big bar. You want to lift it off?
Yes. What do I need to roll?
I mean, it takes like a couple of tries. Very heavy. Looks like these humans died trying to lift it, but they were too weak. But after a little bit of finicking, you manage to heave it off, and the door opens. And as the doors shift open, you see that everyone else sees that there are heaps of skeletons in there.
I gotta grab another skeleton bone and crack it. Meat butter's so good.
God.
I'm just gonna facepalm as we open the door and go in.
Dude, this
Yeah.
place is totally gnarly.
And they'll just like wait till like she's far enough away from that pond, following the group, and just actually just gonna continue the concentration for the full minute.
Yeah, I mean, you're able to back off a little bit before the concentration ends and the thing reappears. It does reappear, which is scary. And yeah, you start traveling through the mines. The mines are fairly straightforward. You see that there are some crates around, some mine carts that have been set up. There are pickaxes and other miscellaneous mining supplies. You find a lot of these dead, identical human corpses. They're all just the same, mostly in skeletal form. However, some of them are like just kind of charred to the point of being just not really skeleton, but just char at that point. And Flowdo goes, "Whoa, this place is whack. Who's gonna lead the way?"
I will, since I'm the one covered in light, obviously.
That's a great idea.
And also let them lead the way, though, so you can see further than he leads.
And the oracle, where do we go?
Just follow us.
We'll be following the bright one.
All right. They just kind of follow along. Yeah. So after traversing the mines for a short time, I'd actually like whoever's going to lead the way to roll me a survival check to kind of try and navigate these mines. And if anyone else wants to like help in this, that's totally fine. I'm turning this into something like a mini skill challenge here.
Okay,
You need
and
to
also will
complete-
help
you
up from above.
I
you
will
need to
help.
get 4 successes on this navigating the mines before 3 failures. So
Do they all have to be survival checks, or?
no, and that's what I was going to say. You can only use each check once. And so, Krixus, your first thing is just your knowledge, right, of the layout of kind of stone structures. Stonework is very commonly used in maybe the Baradac Swamp for anything under the swamp, because the ground is otherwise sturdy. And so, exactly. And so you're able to use your survival skills, your knowledge of this kind of architecture to try and navigate a little bit and help the party through. So as you're traveling room to room, figuring out which way is going to be the fastest through this mine. What else do you do?
I want to see if anywhere there's like a well that might have a bucket on it.
Well, I think maybe you stumble into that at some point, but you're not there yet.
Okay.
Actually, you narrowly avoided it by rolling an 18.
Anadoltia will use a nature check to determine what areas will be more susceptible to damage within this mine.
How is that going to help you find your way out?
Yeah.
Just you blasting your way out?
No, what manifests physical damage like pitfalls or whatnot that are naturally caused, to avoid them.
Yeah, I'm feeling what you're saying. I mean, you can do that. I don't think it's going to help you to get through the mine faster, but it can help you if you run into a trap or something. So go ahead and you can roll. What were you rolling again? What was your
nature check? Like how water would run and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and actually, if you're talking about running water, I mean, that would also kind of be indicative of a passage. So Anadoltia's like, there's a river here. And you guys take the opportunity to dump. Actually, did you guys just leave Borrowed Beer's body back there in the?
I think we did.
Borrowed Beer died. That explains why it's been so quiet. Well, I suppose that's handy in its own right.
And then you see me pull out of my bag. Of course it is.
You got like a human arm.
It's just it's like Pennywise sways it, throws it back in the bag.
He really has been invaluable in death, as opposed to in life.
Yes.
Okay.
Using my leadership skills, I would like to encourage us into a nice forced march to make good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and I guess intimidation. Perfect. So you're like kind of scaring people into action. Maybe not so much your allies because they know you and they know that you can't hurt them. But you scare the orcs and the orcs kind of push people along faster.
Two of the orcs are each carrying one of the halflings.
Oh yeah. Oh, Mr. Flowdo's totally down with that. You're carrying me. This is pretty good.
I was actually gonna make a history check, but I don't think that's needed anymore, is it?
Well, what will you want to do with it?
I was gonna say, maybe since it's not so far from my kingdom, maybe I could remember the layout of this mine a bit enough so I can progress further.
I get you. You're saying like maybe you have sent people here in the past to like look at scope out the place.
So I
think that's totally fine. Absolutely. See, this is what skill checks are all about. Figure out like, well, how can I make this work?
Oh God.
An 11, unfortunately, is not going to succeed on that. And so, as you're kind of traveling through the mines and you come to a large open chamber, it looks like it was the site of a big battle. There's a whole bunch of these dead, normal humans. And Michael, you see what looks like, at first, a blue tabard of the kingdom of Michael Verity, of your kingdom. And as you go over and go to grab the tabard, it's kind of stuck to something and you kind of pull it a little bit. And a skeleton it seems like it was clutching it, not actually one of your soldiers, but just a random person, kind of falls and knocks into a barrel. And the barrel knocks over a pickaxe, and the pickaxe knocks over another couple of skeletons that were leaned up against the wall. And as they fall, one of the skulls bounces a few times and then hits a bucket, which falls into a well.
Excellent.
And everyone just saw that happen.
I pat Michael on the shoulder. That was so cool. I've never seen anything quite like it.
I've only heard of a gold mage contraption that complex one other time.
My face is just blank. I don't say anything. I'm just like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, it's very quiet. Nothing happens. But the halflings go, oh, you gotta be careful. Who knows what could be lurking in these mines? Plus, it's getting really late. He kind of looks at his wrist. My sundial doesn't work in here. Michael, get over here. Kind of goes over.
Wait, hold up.
Nope.
It doesn't
Still
work
not
like
working.
That. It doesn't. It only works from the sunlight, not.
Oh,
anybody.
I can solve that.
Don't worry, I can do this too. I activate my mithril katana and unleash its sunlight ability.
And as you unleash the sunlight and it flows over his wrist sundial, still not working. I don't know what time it is. We're gonna be late to the show.
I do that right there.
It's just another light pops up from Krixus. We
Yes.
gotta get going.
Well, let's be off then.
All right. Well, how are you guys gonna continue to navigate this mine?
I'm assuming the history check's out of the question. So.
That one failed. Yeah, so you cannot reuse the same check.
Could I? Okay, I have a better idea then. Can I use
Uh-huh.
an athletics check to try and go through a more trickier part, like climb over some passage?
Yeah, I think everyone would have to roll that, and we would just say if the party succeeds, it's a success. But you can
Okay.
try that if you guys want.
Can I do a nature check to see if I can feel air flowing somewhere?
We've already used a nature check, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah. But
Okay,
I think the athletics works if you guys all want to roll athletics.
Sure. I'm so horrible at that. I'm horrible at that, so yes.
Do we all as a party have to succeed, or just
Yeah, the
some of us?
DC is only 14.
Can we have the orcs
nailed it.
try to?
I will say the orcs also need to roll it, which is really good for you guys. Well, and it's okay for you guys.
Well, can't we just assist?
Yeah, the orcs
Well, beverages.
succeed for them. Yeah, the orcs succeed. And so because the orcs succeed, that's more than half of you. And you all...
I'll go.
Oh!
Excellent. Actually, you guys might have enough for a critical success here.
Well, actually, I don't think I need to roll it because I'm riding on Molly.
That's true, actually. So as you all try and like cut over these very, very tough areas, you kind of come up over a lip, and I think, yeah, you all succeeded. I mean, there were 4 orcs and the war chief that failed, and that's it. And so as you guys come up over the ledge, you have gotten all the successes that you need. Krixus, you feel the flowing air, and you see before you what appears to be a massive chasm. And there's a very, very tight bridge that goes across it, a stone bridge. And on the other end of the stone bridge, you can see a cave, or the exit of a cave. And you can see some the last bit of dusk light.
Is this Dread Mountain?
Well, just beyond that, you can see something that might be Dread Mountain. It's kind of hard to tell. You just see some kind of red glowy light in the distance.
We're almost there. Run, you fools.
Question: how high is this room we're going into? The narrow bridge.
Oh, it's a huge chasm. I mean, it's got to be, the chasm goes down who knows how far, and the ceiling's got to be at least 150 feet up. The bridge is maybe 10 feet wide.
How long is the bridge?
Probably a good 400 feet.
Well, and you said it's made of stone, right? So it shouldn't
Yeah.
break.
Well, it's got these big like stone supports that kind of go down into the void below, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Okay, one at a time, people.
It's a stone bridge. I don't think we need to be so cautious.
Yeah, but let's
And,
not crowd and accidentally do something stupid.
Yeah, and as you're all kind of saying this and gathering around, one of the orcs goes, "Oh, hey, do you guys smell that?" One of the other orcs, "Oh shit,
What does it smell like?
goblins." And then you kind of hear a bit of rock kind of tumbling down somewhere further off.
I want
We need to run now!
Well,
Oh, never mind.
Anadoltia's like,
Fly, you fools.
does a quick little look around for devil eyes.
Yeah, I mean, it's 120 feet, doesn't see any of them yet, but you can hear them skittering around along the outskirts of this chasm somewhere. Clearly coming around toward you.
Yeah.
What would you all like to do? You want to just run?
I run.
Yeah, Anadoltia just calls out, last one to get to Dread Mountain has to buy all the beer. She just dashed across on Lady Mop.
You start riding your little dog over. Okay.
I actually go last across the bridge. I choose to do this.
Okay, even after the orcs?
Yeah, even after the orcs,
Okay.
I have a plan for the goblins.
Okay. Nijel, what's your move? You see Michael's kind of like waiting for the goblins.
Oh, I immediately ran, like, right as Krixus yelled out to run. I was like 5 feet.
Gotcha. And Krixus, you're sprinting?
Oh yeah. Like as soon as I said run, I turned tail and just ran.
So you all are making pretty good pace as a group, as you're just kind of bolting. A couple of orcs like maybe stumble and fall off as you're all start to. Well, actually, they don't stumble and fall off yet, but they're starting to run and they're having some kind of trouble with their balance. But Michael, you're staying behind?
Well, I'm going last. I'm going to go across the bridge last, but I'm going to stop when I'm 100 feet across, and I'm going to look behind me.
Excellent. So as you start like following after them, you can see that this wave of goblins begins to kind of pour out along the sides of the chasms. The big pile of debris that you had just climbed over begins to pour with goblins. And at first maybe it's like, oh, it's just like a couple of them, like 5 or 10, and then there's like 30 of them. Oh my god, there's like 100 goblins, and they just continue to pour over the debris after you. And Michael, at this point, you realize you need to start going faster, as you guys are only about halfway over the bridge. What do you all do as you are being chased by the goblins?
Dash.
Also
You're just dashing? No one's trying to do anything to slow the goblins down? Because the goblins are also dashing.
The moment the goblins start getting on the bridge, this is going to happen.
What's going to happen? Oh, geez. All right, so you just stay behind, hold out your sword, and laser beam the goblins. You annihilate, like, how long is that? 90 feet?
It's 100 feet long. That's why I stayed. That's why I only went 100 feet across.
You hold out the blade, and a beam of light blasts out, and probably a good 200 goblins just disappear. But then more and more climbing over one another, and they continue to just sprint.
Okay, now I run. Now I run because I just used all the charges on my sword to do that.
And the great flash of light echoes throughout the cavern. There's almost like an echoing blast of thunder from it. And it's at this point, as you're running, Michael, you notice, and the rest of you maybe only about 40 or 50 feet ahead of him, because he only stopped once. Right as you're getting within probably 100 feet of the actual exit, you're about 3/4 of the way over the bridge. The goblins have stopped chasing you. They've stopped screaming. And you all hear a loud, echoous, Hey! What are you doing in my cavern? And you can see climbing up over the side of the bridge just behind you, Michael. You don't know how you didn't see him a second ago. A giant middle-aged man. He appears to be coated in flames. In one hand, he has a giant sword, and the other one, a very large whip. And he goes, "Hey, this is my cave." And Flowdo goes, "It's the Balor of Mortoth!" And I need you all to roll initiative.
Oh man, I was gonna make a compliment and tell him, "Oh, you remind me of my friend Brillium. You look very nice."
You can still do that. You can try and talk to the Balor of Mortoth if you'd like. All right, he gets a 16. All right. And let's roll for the orcs. I'll just roll once for the orcs, and that'll be all the orcs. All right. The orcs all go after Michael. All right. We at the top of the initiative, Nijel. You see this giant, flaming, middle-aged man. He's probably a solid 25 feet tall and just swathed in flame.
25 feet tall?
Yeah, he's got a giant whip that's crackling with lightning and a similar sword.
How far back is
Actually,
he?
the whip's on fire. I'm sorry. The sword is cracking with lightning. He's about 30 feet from you.
Okay. I will look to my orcs and... Well... Rush on. Fly, you fools. Get those halflings to the show on time. We'll deal with this.
You're gonna stay?
I'm going to stay.
Excellent. Oh, I should roll for the halflings too, huh? Well, they'll be fine. Okay, you told the orcs to flee?
To flee carrying the halflings with them.
Okay. The Balor is gonna go. So, Michael, you see Michael...
Wait, is it my action to command the orcs?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, I bonus action prop up my... Ooh, this thing's gotta have a insane save, but I will bonus action cast Wrathful Smite on my ever becoming less brilliantly white mithril katana, and I will charge the Balor of Mortar.
Excellent.
Can you give me a DC 26 dex?
Oh, you use your excellent. You use your special dash move. It's a 26 dexterity save.
Indeed.
Well, welcome to his only bad saving throw. 12. I'm sorry, 10.
He takes 2 points of radiant, 4 points of psychic, 9 points of bludgeoning, and could he kindly give me a wisdom save?
What is this effect? Is this a fear effect?
It is a fear effect.
Okay. He is not immune to fear. Wisdom save, you said?
Wisdom save.
How is he not immune to fear? Weird. All right. Because he can be afraid. All right, 21.
That's definitely a save.
All righty.
And that's all I got.
All righty. The next initiative is the Balor. Hey, I told you to get out of here. And he is going to swing his longsword at you first. He's going to swing a longsword at you, Nijel. He goes, 17 to hit.
And he misses.
All right, and then, hey, and you, quit it with the light. And he swings the whip toward you, Michael.
Ow, ow, hey, I'm not the one controlling the light. Ow.
And it slams into your legs, throwing you to the ground and dragging you toward him. So you take, 25, 36, 44 points of damage.
Luckily, I'm not down.
All right. That's his turn. The orcs, oh shit, turn and start to run with the halflings. And we go to Anadoltia.
Hold up, pause. I rolled right after the...
I totally skipped you. I'm so sorry, Michael.
I rolled a 15. So
Yes,
so he's literally dragging me by my legs with the whip, and I'm just gonna look at him like, hey, big guy, you want to just talk? Because you remind me of a good friend of mine. His name's Grillium. Because we're just trying to help my friends get to Dread Mountain so that they don't miss this wonderful show. Can't you just let us go?
If you let us go, we can take you into the show with us. It's a rad show.
A persuasion check with disadvantage.
Wow!
The Balor looks at you, crosses its arms. Dread Mountain, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of scratches his chin. All right, that's the end of his turn. The orcs run to flee now. Now they flee. And they're 30 feet away, which means they're within the Balor's reach when they flee. The Balor is going to... You know what? I think he's distracted enough. He does not take an attack of opportunity with his whip. All right, Anadoltia, it's your turn. The Balor seems to be considering their proposition.
And also like add on to it. It says like if you don't think you fit through that door, I can help you with that.
Yeah, I've been trapped in here for a while.
Yeah,
Actually, it's probably more like, yeah, I think it's weird because you hear the normal Mort voice you're familiar with, but you think it's distorted with how big he is, or maybe it's the fire that's distorting it and making it more evil sounding.
yeah, and also like looking at this. Well, the thing is, you have to be willing to accept me turn to a butterfly temporarily to get through that door, if that's okay with you.
Baylor gives you a look like, nah, fam.
I mean, it's the only way I can help you to let you go see inner demons.
Roll me another persuasion. You can roll me a persuasion check now. This time, I won't give you disadvantage on it. Oh shit, inner demons.
Yes, they're great.
He's very strongly thinking about it. Nijel, it's your turn again.
You know, it's not just going to Dread Mountain, and it's not just inner demons. Our friends have VIP passes.
Oh, you don't even have to roll. You win. The Baylor goes, oh shit, I'm in. And he kind of sticks his big sword in the ground and kind of begins to wrap up his whip. All right, let's go.
Yes, since he's willing to turn to a butterfly now, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys, you get him out. We're gonna skip past that part, and we're gonna skip to as you guys are walking outside. The orcs are like waiting outside. It's like, oh, whew. And the bill is like, hey guys, sorry about that, my bad. And you're all kind of gathered, and you can see that just down the mountain a little bit and around the corner, you see Dread Mountain, a giant red volcano, and you can see there are lights and some sound kind of coming from it. And Mr. Flowdo says, oh, it's time. They're about to start. And you all make your way to Dread Mountain, where you see inner demons perform. And it's a very fantastic show, a very good time.
When I pop out of that cave, though, I'm turning into a giant eagle.
Actually, you're flying straight there.
Yes, with Flo and Pluto in my clutches.
Yep, and you guys have a fantastic show, and it's a lot of fun, and that's where the Dumb Adventure ends. Congratulations! I have stuffed as much dumb Lord of the Rings almost stuff into, not really Lord of the Rings stuff, but almost Lord of the Rings stuff.
That's why I had to fly out like an eagle.
1 hour. Yes, exactly. And the halflings say, we should have just done this at the beginning. It would have been so much faster.
Thought you would have never asked.
And with that, you've all earned your requisite, what is it, 300 Bartholomew bucks? You guys are high rollers.
Yes.
And 2 points of experience. Thank you all for playing. I hope that you enjoyed this thing we did.
Straight 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10? Excellent. Oh, I just accidentally gave all of you XP, so you might have just accidentally... I need to fix that. Anyway, thanks for playing, guys. Would any of you like to shop after your
Yes, indeed.
your night?
Shop.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I have some bonus of.
Mm-hmm. So as you're at the Inner Demons tour, you see that Roger has set up a small stand there to sell merch for the Inner Demons. I guess Roger's a big fan, apparently. And Roger goes, oh, hey, guys. This is a crazy show, huh?
Indeed it is.
Yes, it is.
And someone goes, and one of the singer of the Inner Demons, which appears to be some kind of Arrhenius, sings to Bartholomew, if you need a magic item, you know where to shop. Just head on down.
It's your only choice.
Bartholomew comes out of the corner from the side. And yeah. All right. And Roger says, all right, what can I get for you?
I will walk first and tell, and look at Jeremy. I mean, why does he Jeremy up?
My name's Roger.
Sorry.
I'm the
Sorry,
intern.
Roger. Sorry, Roger. I require the charm of unparalleled fabulosity.
The charm. I was hoping you would say that. And Roger looks at it. All right, do you want it Inner Demons themed or just the regular old charm?
Just the regular charm, please.
All right, no problem. All right, and he hands you the charm of unparalleled fabulosity, which is a small circular mirror that appears to hang from a fine silver chain. And you can use this to instantly switch out of different gear or outfits. Incredibly helpful if you have plate armor, actually.
This is wonderful. I can't wait to. And then he just gets shoved over because Brilliam's there as well.
Okay.
And Groom's like, Roger, I have been looking for
Brilliam. You liking the show?
Yes, indeed. I've been actually wondering. I need 2 things done for me, actually.
Hit me. I mean, don't hit me. Sorry.
No.
If I say that, some people actually hit me.
I wouldn't hit you, Roger. But anyway, I require the charm of the elements, and I require a glamour for my mace.
Which element? I mean, that is a question, actually. What am I thinking?
The one of fire.
Yeah, that was, I feel kind of dumb now that I said that. Alrighty. He hands you this small charm that holds a red corundum, granting that you can equip to your weapons to make them do extra fire damage.
Yep.
And what was the other one?
A glamour for my mace so that I may equip said charm to it.
Excellent. Grilliam's mace. And Grilliam, what do you want it to look?
I want it to look like a metal mace, except it is red, and the very tip of it is on fire.
Excellent. You want it kind of like to beat almost like a volcano here?
Not like a volcano.
Not
more
like that hardcore, more just like it's on fire.
Yeah, it's just on fire at the top.
Gotcha. And Roger waves his dumb star wand, and in a moment, your mace looks way more badass than he will ever look.
Thank you. Thank you, Roger. Now I can continue watching the show in peace.
I hope you like it.
No problem.
Alrighty. Would anyone else like to show?
Do you have the grab bag out on tour, Roger?
Yeah, let me get Bartholomew. Bartholomew, you have that?
Yes, what is it?
Just throw it here, I got it.
All right. Hucks it over.
You see, in a moment of horror, the bag just kind of flies over the crowd. Someone almost grabs it, but it lands in Roger's hands. All right, he shakes up. Here you go.
Wish me luck.
I always wish you all luck.
Best of luck.
Perhaps I should have asked Bartholomew for luck.
Oh. Well, it could have been worse. 248. Not that bad. And, you reach into Bartholomew's big bag bonanza. Fiddling around, you can find any number of things in the big bag bonanza. You seem to be in the part of the bag that has, well, for lack of a better term, just weapons. And as you're fiddling around, you come across one such weapon. It appears to feel like it's made of ash? No, green, rich wood? No, it's wood. Okay. And you grab it and heave it forth from the bag, and you pull forth a quarterstaff. This charred and ashen staff is a limb of an ancient and burnt wood. The staff has 5 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one or more of its charges to cast one of the following spells from it, using a spell save DC of 15 where appropriate. Burning Hands, and you can cast it up to 4th level. Pass Without Trace, that's just awesome. And Gaseous Form. It can wield as a quarterstaff and does extra fire damage on hit. And this is an item, it's the Ashen Rod, submitted by Mr. Plunderloot. Thank you.
Yes!
Hey!
I totally remember doing that. That was like a year and a half ago.
They all find their way in eventually, or many of them do. Congrats,
Yes.
You have the Ashen Rod.
That's pretty spicy.
It's actually very, very good.
Glad
That
you like
is
it.
very
my
good
dude.
for 248. And
Oh, yeah. It's
Roger,
insane.
from what I hear, you have in a demon-themed charm.
Well, I mean, we can kind of sort of theme all the charms, but yeah, we got some. What you looking
Well, let's pick up an inner demon's themed charm of the element.
for? All right, it's just black, even though it does a different thing.
Excellent.
Dark like onyx. What element would you like it to be?
Let's see, the options are red corundum or emerald. I mean, emerald, obviously. I've never seen anyone decorate a crown in red.
That is true. It's a little garish otherwise. And yeah, for under Bartholomew bucks, you also have acquired a Charm of the Elements. Anything else I can get for you, Lance? I'm sorry, Nijel.
That should
Sorry,
be
Lance
all.
was here a minute ago. All right. Would anyone else like to grab anything?
I don't think
Hearing
so.
no one. Yeah, with that, we'll be right back as you all try and survive the mosh pit with the Baylors tearing it apart. But yeah, we'll be right back, guys, with game 3. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. I said that
See
4
you
times.
soon.